Platchums!
So, I hear you like to collect plats. Why don't you unzip and show me what you're packing?
In other words...
Well, we can start from the top. I'm going to just edit it, alright? Hey there. I hear you like to collect plats. Why don't you, unzip and show me what you're packing? So, in other words, I collect platinums. Dan collects platinums. We all collect platinums. But some platinums and profiles are bigger, better than others. It's time, good cop, bad cop style, to analyze and give a critique of your profile and see if you've wasted your time or if you're kind of like, oh, hello there, someone knows good plats. So, Dan, welcome to the first ever inaugural Platchums critique video. And who's our first victim, Dan? I mean, competitor.
So the first person who we're going to have a look at today is dylansko.
Cool name. That's cool 1 name. Point. Yeah, 1 point.
Yeah, I like short, quick, snappy names like that, especially implementing his own name. So I assume
we can only assume this man is Dylan. So if it's a bad profile, we will find you. No, yeah, it's nice, clean and neat. But let's look at the trophies. Okay, so he's got a point for the name, or she.
Point for the name. Yeah, absolutely. So hold my beer, babe. It's time to game. I like that too. It's pretty cool. So quick overview of the stats. We've got 142
two ultra
games
rare
played.
plats right there. That's what's sticking out to me. From Stardew Valley, Pathologic 2. Don't know what Pathologic 2 is. Not gonna lie, but ultra rare on PSN profiles. It's a trophy hunting website. Always a good look.
It's a really cool game. It's like a cult classic. The Pathologic 1 was like this absolutely off the wall bizarre game. I think it's like a Russian game as far as I know, but it's like a cult classic. And yeah, the sequel there came out I think it was last year or this year. But yeah, that's a cool game to see.
Well, one game that's sticking out of me in conjunction with the Hold My Beer, Babe is Burly Men at Sea. I'm starting to think this dylansko is quite a badass. Burly
absolutely.
Men at Sea and got the plat. Well,
that was a PS Plus game. It's quite an easy game, but it's one that a lot of people have, because it came out as a PS Plus game. It's one of those kind of cool short story games that you can have a lot of different options. I think you have to do like 10 playthroughs, but they're all like a few minutes long, that kind of thing.
Okay, so let's keep scrolling here. So I'm kind of looking at Dark Souls. Played them, didn't plat them.
Yeah, no, fair enough. There's like a lot of those games, like say even getting 32% of the trophies, for example, like you don't get a lot of the trophies until you get quite far in the game.
That's true.
It's quite unbalanced, so a lot of the trophies you get at the end, and then like a lot of the bigger trophies are tied to collect, say, all the rings, all the spells.
Yeah, like if someone beats all the bosses, finishes the game, I think that's fair enough. Like they saw the end. Not everyone goes to the length of collecting all the rings and all the spells and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
we
Daytona
talked
USA
about this ourselves.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I've zero knowledge of NASCAR, to be honest, except from Gran Turismo.
Deadly Premonition. Yeah, that's kind of become a bit of a cult classic. Death Stranding. Well, you might want to get walking on that, I'd say. That's at a nice, healthy B rank.
Most recent game is Everything there. That's it's the most recent game that he's platted, and that's a cool game. I see it's reviewed pretty well. I haven't played it myself, but it looks good. It looks interesting. It's like a simulation game.
No, that looks good. He's got Fallout 4 platted. He's got FIFA. kind of sporadically buying. Something happened in 15 that he wasn't buying anyway. 2015, he skipped that year. Ghost of Tsushima, naturally. I think that's become the new Spider-Man of Platts.
Yeah. And we said that before. Like it's funny because it's a really long game, so it's mad to see that it's got such a high platinum percentage. Like, you know, Spider-Man is a 20-hour game, but Ghost of Tsushima is at least 40 hour game.
Yeah, Grim Fandango. Always got to get. I'm going to give another point for Grim Fandango. I just think that's just a great little niche Tim Schafer game that I'm always like, yeah, that's a cool dude that plays that. Killing Floor 2, I'm assuming he saw the constant DLC updates and just noped out of there. Layers of Fear. It's kind of like a funny mix of games. It's like real like kind of hardcore gaming mixed with like you can see all like Madden and FIFA. It's quite an interesting list actually.
It is, yeah. There's some good games there. Some games I haven't played myself, but you know, I wouldn't be much into the sports side of things, so I miss out on that genre pretty much myself.
Wouldn't know if you're missing out per se, but
yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 5 tutorial completed.
Yeah, it's the handiest Metal Gear to finish anyway.
Bar 3 is objectively the easiest plat, which is twice there, uncompleted, which is my favorite game of all time. So if you clean up anything on your list, just please finish that. For me, Dylan, you big burly man at sea.
Nier Automata, that's cool. It's a really interesting game.
I know. You skipped over My Name is Mayo, man. He's got it twice, and My Name is Mayo too. Some people just want to watch the world burn, and into basketball as well. It's like quite a diverse range of sports interests.
Yeah, and gaming interests.
And gaming, like Psychonauts, obviously a Tim Schafer fan. Prey,
Primal as well.
Red Dead.
It's kind of Red Dead, yeah.
Sekiro with the plat on Sekiro or Sekiro, but not Dark Souls or Demon Souls. That's an interesting one because I've heard that is possibly harder.
Yeah, it's a completely different game, I suppose. So it's not unusual that like maybe if Dark Souls or Demon Souls didn't like click 100%, that you might not that Sekiro might be maybe more up your alley.
Yeah, maybe just
I saw someone say that Sekiro is like the most badass rhythm game ever because that's what the combat's like. It's all about like kind of rhythm,
drumsticks instead of swords. Like.
Yeah. And he's got the Return of Obra Dinn. That's a game that's on my radar for a while. I really want to get that. It's like a detective game where you have to find out how everyone on the ship died. Yeah, it's super cool.
No, that looks really cool.
Shenmue 1 and 2, major props for that. I love those games. He hasn't done Shenmue 3 either.
Man of taste. Just below Shenmue though, Silent Hill 3. One of my favorite games, my favorite Silent Hill game. HD collection, but the fact that he played Silent Hill 3 and it was a labor of love. There's obviously love there if he navigated through the remake or the HD collection. So some like really just top quality games like and kind of like old school like House of the Dead or Super Destronaut and just The Outer Worlds and like The Sims just randomly in there as well. Like that, like okay, so
that was another PS Plus game, I think. So and it's you can see he's got the plat in 12 hours because there was a fairly handy like workaround for the platinum. You can get the platinum in like 3 hours or so if you follow like a really
meticulous guide kind of
guide. Yeah, but it's normally like a 40-hour plat. So
okay, so the first victim, I mean competitor for the Platchums trophy collection awards. God, that name needs work.
Does, yeah. I would say, yeah, it's a really nice list. There's some really good games on there. There's some easy plats. The plat for Stardew Valley is probably the standout just for rarity there. He's also got Backbreaker, which is 0.75, which is his rarest, which is I believe it's like it's a non-licensed NFL game, but it's I think it's back on the PS3. So that's pretty cool. Completion, you can see like he's nearly at 60%, so he does like go through most of the games that he plays.
Yeah, like this is the kind of profile that I actually personally really like, because it's such a mad mix. And dylansko is obviously likes collecting platinums. You don't get to 66 without having at least a passive interest in it. But it doesn't dictate his whole gaming experience. It seems like a man who knows when he's finished with a certain game and moves on, and he goes on to plat, either the more accessible ones or just the ones he enjoys a whole lot more. So on the scale of 72 out of 51, I would give him 4 Platchums out of 7.
He gets the coveted golden Platchum.
We'll get seal of approval.
Seal of approval. I think it's a good gamers list.
Yeah, absolutely. So time to move on to the next victim.
Next up we have AJ Radio, and
a bit more robust of a list now than the last one.
Yes, definitely. There are some serious platinums here. Obviously when I look at the list, first off, we've got really, really high completion rate, which, oftentimes that can indicate, a certain type of game, a lot of easy games. And then we look at the rarest trophies, and that goes out the window. We've got Super Meat Boy, which is, definitely one of the most impressive platinum trophies out there. We've got Surgeon Simulator. We've got Ollie Ollie 2.
Yeah.
These are some
flashback classic. Apparently
these are some serious precision games. So this guy is precise.
He's played games before, but
these are all like games that really require like precision and real accuracy and practice. So they're definitely games that you have to put the hours and the practice into. So that's really impressive to see. I don't think I'd ever have it in me to be able to go for Super Meat Boy. I've played it on the PC, but like looking at that trophy list, it's sick. It's a serious
scrolling down here, I'm just like, this is a man who was born, possibly conceived in an arcade, because it's all arcade archives, arcade classics, arcade game series, and that possibly lends itself well to your theory that this is a man of precision and just of reflexes to enable him to get some of those ultra rare platinums. And I'm just like scrolling through here, fan of the double stacks, a man that isn't afraid to trudge over ground he's already passed before. So for instance, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Freedom Cry, Assassin's Creed 2, Revelations as well. Obviously an Assassin's Creed fan, so maybe not the biggest fan of exact storytelling, but and then it's
the newer
back
Assassin's Creeds
into
are missing their
back into arcade.
Yeah, wow. There's the newer Assassin's Creed are missing there, so maybe a fan of the older styles since they've gone to the more open world stuff. There's
probably the same.
Arkham games.
I'm the same.
Yeah,
but Arkham Knight 100%. Now that deserves just a special little mention here. He's played every single Batman bar Origins, it seems. Yeah, the Telltale Enemy Within. So Arkham Knight. That's a point right there. I'm sorry, it's just that is one of the most ludicrous 100%, and it's reflected in the 0.76 completion rate. So,
I could
Early
see
Men at Sea. Am I missing out on something? Like, what is this?
No, I'm telling you, I missed it too. I must have been like asleep that month, and I didn't download it. But it was a PS Plus game, so a lot of people do have that one. He's got Celeste, the platinum, and that's a really interesting one because in Celeste you have to. It's definitely one of the hardest platformers ever. It's super precise, but they have an assist mode, it's called, where you basically turn on invincibility, infinite dashes, so you can't lose effectively.
Okay.
So it just
Okay.
it trivializes the platinum. But I'm not convinced this guy.
Are you accusing him?
No, I think the opposite. You know, I've platinum Celeste, and I got through like the main game without assist mode, but I had to have assist mode on for some of those trophies. But this guy, I'm not sure. I'd say this guy he's obviously got the skills to do it legit.
You're a good cop, I'm bad cop. It's I'm gonna hunt you down, AJ. I know you used assist mode in Celeste. I know it.
Yeah,
don't lie to me.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'd say this guy, once you have Super Meat Boy, you know, it's that Celeste Platinum is legit as far as I go.
Yeah, you could just shit that out in an afternoon.
Yeah.
So
all the crashes as well, they're not easy. I know they're not super rare, but they're not easy platinums anyway.
That deserves a little bit of a mention again. Like, this is a man rooted in old school gaming. I feel like it's a skill set that's becoming more of a commodity than ever before. Just this hardcore arcade style / platforming style.
Yeah.
Dead Space 1 and 2, great games. No 3. That's possibly a matter of choice. Of course, Doom.
Me too, yeah. I'm the same with Dead Space. I stopped. I didn't go to 3 because I just, you know, I hadn't it in me. I like 2 a lot, but the 3 was just like Resi 4 to Resi 6. Resi 5 to 6.
Dead Space 3, not a great Dead Space game, but a fun co-op game. Like, if you actually do find someone, it's kind of like Resident Evil 5 and 6. I mean, it just becomes infinitely better if you're playing with someone and you just enjoy it together. And it's not as rough around the edges as like Resi 6. Duke Nukem. Ether 1.
There's a lot of first persons there as well, yeah. A lot of, there's the retro. We've got Doom. We've got Call of Duty. There's a lot of the Far Cries. A lot of first person games.
A lot of Far Cry. Frogger, of course. All 4 trophies. Fury, Game of Thrones, Ghostblade.
Fury's tough as well. Fury's a really hard plat.
That's
impressive.
I'm maybe going out on a limb here, but I think AJ might be a fan of God of War. Maybe.
The
suspicion is there. My bad cop senses are tingling.
I like the ability to go back and do a game again, like that, because for example, like there you can see he's got a war, March.
Well, you can see the first playthrough, say God of War, first time played it 3 months, second time 2 days. God of War 2, first time you played it 5 months, second time 6 days, and then 1 year for the first game, second time a week. So he obviously, learned from his experience, and even as God of War Ascension, which I don't have, Chains of Olympus, Ghosts of Sparta. I played Chains of Olympus on PSP back in the day and Ghosts of Sparta, but I never played them on the consoles. GTA dabbles in them.
It's interesting for like having a 96%, completion, 97 nearly, and not having, say, GTA finish is interesting because they're not. Compared to the games on this list, they're not hard platinums, but they're very rare ones still. So they'd be good additions to his rare, his ultra rares, because they're handy enough.
Absolutely, and then I kind of find it even more bizarre the fact that he was obviously dubious about the PS3 version, last trophy 2013, and then it seems like he went back in for the PS4 version without really getting around the PS3. And then GTA 3 is just kind of sitting there. Obviously played quite a bit of it though. But that's also the easiest platinum, I think, in terms of a GTA game, would be 3. So maybe, tidy that shit up. Guacamelee.
Well,
double.
Again, tricky enough, yeah.
Double
I
rain.
like to see the doubles. You know, he does have a lot of double stacks, but they're not auto pop double stacks. You know, it's not like he's going in getting just auto popping the trophies. For example, he's just going back because he wants to play these games again.
And also cool. Just the platinum time kind of shows that he knows his way around the game as well. You know, like again, heavy rain. First time 2 months, 3 weeks. Second time 3 days. I mean, that's efficient. Even Jack X Combat Racing I'm seeing here. Just Cause 2 and 3 are actually very impressive platinums that I don't stumble across in the wild too often. So
Killzone, but no Killzone 2 or 3. 2 would be a good game. Just because it's
Cotton Fury. I love it. I love it.
I love that David Hasselhoff song is just the best.
I need to buy this guy a beer based just on that game. La True Survivor. LA
Limbo 3 times. That's cool.
Okay, well let's see how the times compare. Whoa, wait a minute. So he completed this twice on 2 different systems on the same day.
Yeah, and then again the next day.
Mad lad. No, he completed it once and it's like, you know what I'm going to spend today doing? I'm going to do that 2 more times. Mad Max, Mafia games, 1 solitary entry in the Madden series, double Snake Eater. I like it. Metro games I own, and I think I've owned for about 4 years at this point, but I still haven't played. It just looks nice. Like, I'm not particularly fond of like stacking. But more so if they're auto pop. But I mean, like, there is a lot to be said for just S rank. It just looks nice.
It looks good, yeah. He's got the we'll gloss over My Name Is Mayo.
Just push that.
We've got Ollie Ollie and Ollie Ollie 2 as we mentioned earlier. But Ollie Ollie 1 is a really good it's a interesting one because there's no plat, but it's really hard.
Super difficult.
So it shows that he's not always in it for the plat. He just sometimes wants that challenge. Because going for like the 100% in Ollie Ollie 1 is, you know, to me would feel maybe like a little bit like a wasted endeavor because, you know, it's so much work and then there's no plat at the end of it.
Kind of like Resi 4, although I don't think that's as difficult as Ollie Ollie. But it's the same thing where it's like you're looking at least 20 hours, you know, because you need the professional playthrough and to collect you know, all the collectibles and stuff. So I'm just scrolling down here again, and Ratchet and Clank. I think every single Ratchet and Clank game in existence. It's I was a fan. Resident Evil just kind of sitting there all by itself.
He's got the we go down a little bit more there. He's got the he's got Severed for the Vita. It's my favorite Vita game, so I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of, you know, I'm always trying to push the Vita on everyone. I'm like Vita pusher.
Hey, have you played Vita?
He's got all the Slies. Again, he's got, you know,
Sonic. I'm not a big Sonic guy, but it's like fair enough. Like they are difficult 100%. He's
got the Sound Shapes multi-plat auto pop there. God. That's what I was saying earlier. But I think, in fairness, you know, we were looking at this before. Sound Shapes is a special example because you do have to play the game fully once anyway, and you have to buy all the DLC. But it's like 87 silvers. That's hard to resist. You know, that auto pop.
And 1 gold,
87 silvers, like that's a lot of points.
Silvers, the often forgotten trophies, aren't they? Silvers, per silvers, bronze, it's so accessible. Gold are what you want, the plats are the ultimate. Per silvers don't get enough love. Well, there's Sound Shapes for you. Streets of Rage, that was one of my favorite arcade games growing up, so always that's an extra point there. Taco Master, Tales of Monkey Island. Tekken, big Tekken guy.
Yeah, we skipped over Super Meat Boy and Surgeon Simulator as the 2 rarest, like kind of super rare, ultra hard plats. But I think
they speak for themselves. Yeah, particularly Super Meat Boy. Terminator Salvation in 2017.
Nice. Yeah, and that was one of those taboo games
Yeah.
back in the day.
And it still took him 12 hours.
I never played it, but I I watched your housemate play it.
Ray,
And,
yeah.
it was it was buggy. I remember a lot of things like, going through the walls and stuff.
It was buggy, and the main protagonist clearly wasn't Christian Bale. The Mummy Demastered. That's a pretty cool title, actually. The Swapper. I always like people who play The Swapper. Very underrated. Very underrated game. Wolf Among Us, Titanfall 2, Titan Souls. Again, like quite an
That's
ultra
a really
rare.
tough one, yeah. It's a PS Plus
Tony
game.
Hawk Pro Skater HD. If you're a Tony Hawk fan, definitely play 1 and 2. Trying
Definitely.
stacks upon stacks of Uncharted.
Nice, yeah. Happy to see. It's always good. He's got even the Fight for Fortune, which is cool.
Unravel,
that's
which
dedication.
is a good one. Vanquish, excellent platinum.
Vanquish, yeah. That's one of my personal proudest plats. So yeah, it's cool to see. It's a PS3 version as well.
Xenon Drifter. Okay, so this was quite a long list. So I'm going to give you the final word on AJ Radio.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really impressive list. I think he's definitely a man of quality. We said it before, precision and things like that. It's clear he's got some serious skills.
And he was conceived in an arcade.
Yeah. The completion rate's super high. He's got really, really good trophies per day. World rank, he's at 5,000, but it's one of those guys who, if he picked the right games, if he wasn't concerned with his rank, he would be a lot higher than that.
Not too many AAA games, I'm noticing.
There's I definitely I think he's got a type of game. He's definitely more of an old school gamer. I definitely recommend some things he hasn't done any of the Dark Souls games. I'd love to. He's done Demon Souls actually and Bloodborne, but none of the Dark Souls.
Yeah, I would say just tighten up an already incredibly tight list, and to be in touching place or touching distance of the top 1,000 in America with a list like this is very impressive. It is very impressive because yes, you could say, well, a lot of it is just the same game, like Sound Shapes or Ratchet and Clank, but for the most part, bar Sound Shapes, you still need to replay them, and they're good games. It's not as if he's constantly just playing Radalika games. And I think as well, the ultra rares that are there are just, they're so good that you can see there at the top, he says he's kind of doing a backlog challenge, and there's some really the only games that he's really needs to clean up are ones that are really, really accessible. There's Fallout 4, GTA 5 twice. Whether that's obviously it's a big time investment, those games, and you can't
they're not hard.
The online, Fallout 4, it's, I'd say that'll be possible to kind of tidy up. But so what score system are you even using? What?
I'm gonna give him a solid plus 2 levels than my own. So whatever I'd rank myself, I'd give him 2 levels higher. I think it's a serious account.
Yeah.
I think it's a real old school gamer's account. You can tell he's a very obviously a talented gamer. There's some stuff there I'd never be able to do, or I'd never be able to put myself through. But yeah, it's a great account.
I think he gets the man nod,
Super Meat Boy one.
Yeah, respect. Okay, so moving on. Poopooblast.
Poopooblast. That's it's a super cool name.
So I actually know Poopooblast personally. I know, I'm name dropping, but we played some games together. Played a bit of Dying Light, the Bozak Horde.
Bias alert.
Bias, yeah. You'll see the money. Just he's paid me off for a good review. No, I always thought that this was one of the best collections of anyone on my friends list. It's just
Cool.
absolutely solid. Now he has hidden seven trophies. What are you hiding, Poopooblast? But we'll ignore that and we'll get to the matter at hand. So Poopooblast is also a Yakuza master. So
Okay.
I was struggling with the climax battles in Yakuza Zero, and I remember just like seeing that this man has like platted every single Yakuza game in existence, and he like actually share played with me and like kind of was like coaching me through the battles. And then he might take over and just say, well, if you try this. And it was like almost like a routine for like a couple of weeks. But I just like messaged him and go, look, do you want to like kind of help me or like watch me just try to take on these climax battles? And I really don't think I would have bothered without his help and advice. Just a great guy. Just a great guy. But that won't stop me from being bad cop all over this list.
Yeah. Well, like, look, it looks like a great list straight away. You know, the trophy cabinet is, like you said, it's like a Yakuza trophy cabinet. Even Judgment, which is a pseudo Yakuza game.
Yeah.
You know, So he's definitely got a type. I'm just going to quickly scroll down and see the absence of Shenmue. So as a Yakuza fan, I recommend him return to Shenmue because it's a good... now, maybe he's played it on the Dreamcast or whatever, but they're good games to pick up for someone who loves the Yakuza series. I think the Shenmue games are like the prehistoric versions. So it's like taking a walk through history of but yeah, no, those Yakuza games are impressive because like Yakuza games are just so varied in their gameplay. It's not like a standard game even. It's just got so much going on in it, you know.
There's a lot to juggle. So first of all, like very good completion rate. I think maybe a bit more of a backlog than I remember being last time I looked at this. But all the Batman games, even Origins, you've got a clean sweep bar the second Telltale one. Bioshock, everything. And Borderlands, all the DLC, which is quite difficult. Burnout Paradise Remastered, oddly enough, no plat there, no judgment. Call of Duty, A Man After Your Heart. But no, he's platted Modern Warfare 3, but the DLC has eluded him. Days Gone 100%.
Yeah, I'm the same with those, you know, say like Black Ops, for example. Just some of those zombie trophies, they just require such coordination and planning, and you need, obviously you need 3 people. I know you've done a lot of the zombie trophies in Black Ops.
The ones in Black Ops were nuts.
Yeah, they're crazy Black Ops, and they've just gotten even madder and madder over time.
No, like Black Ops, I think was the limit of just functionality almost, because I'm like, who found out how to do these Easter eggs? Like it was just too much pressure. Dying Light, there it is, 100%. A very, very good game that I'd recommend to anyone.
I haven't played it myself.
Yeah, relatively challenging plat in the sense that like it is a steep kind of difficulty curve at the beginning, where like at nighttime, like you'd be fucking petrified leaving the camp. I just like sleep until day till it was safe to go out. Like, but the 100% is a different beast because of the Bozak horde.
Yeah, you told me that before. It's makes it all the more impressive because you can see there it's a 7% plat nearly, which is impressive, and then the 100% is 0.5. So
it's a different beast. All Far Cry, one FIFA 11 makes me believe that, like, considering Poopooblast is Canadian, it looks like someone snuck into his house and just played FIFA for a few hours and left.
It's like my account as well. Yeah, it's a single 09 on mine. So I feel your pain, but you can see the last trophy he got was 2020. So he
trying to clean up,
trying to do his best with it. Yeah, I feel that.
Playing FIFA 11 in 2020. Mad lad.
There's something seriously cool I see is the Final Fantasy 15 100%. That is a serious 100% because There's a lot going on there. The main game, it's got, it's really long. You're looking at 100 hours. But the when you go back then with the DLC, there's just so much more there. There's all the episodes with the different characters, which all have kind of a little bit of different play styles and different elements. And then there is
some ultra rares here as well, like in this DLC.
Yeah, they're not easy, and they've taken the multiplayer offline now as well. So it's next to impossible to get that 100% anymore.
So poopooblast.
Yeah, so that's cool.
-2 points. No, I think that's a point.
Fist of the North Star, that's cool. Game of Thrones Telltale. I keep telling people that they should play that licensed Game of Thrones game for the PS3.
You were trying to flog that off as much as the Vita. That's kind of like your thing. It's like, Vita, I played this Game of Thrones game. Very underrated.
Yeah, because everyone has played the Telltale one, but not many people have played the licensed RPG one. And I think
you'll sway them. You'll sway the people, Dan.
Yeah,
you'll sway the people. So I'm down here looking at it. It's just like it's a good mix of like poopooblast has is kind of more niche games, but he's got his Horizons, his infamous like even something like Hitman Absolution. It's an odd one, really, that someone only played Absolution in the series, but maybe he's played them.
The list is consoles. Like it's nearly like a merge of my list and your list in a lot of ways.
It kind of is, yeah. It's got
there's a lot of crossover, definitely. He's selective with what he plays. I can tell that. He's like, obviously the account's old. It's got kind of like a similar trophies per day as us as well.
10 years old, yeah.
Yeah, so like it's clear he's kind of that same kind of he's got his AAA games that he likes, but he's also got these kind of the more niche games in there as well. So yeah, it's a cool list.
Yeah, it's like a baby between us in terms of trophies. Like it's got kind of the higher completion, although your completion rate is actually kind of starting to get up there as well. But yeah, it's just a really good list. I remember talking to him about Max Payne 3. We shared a lot of pain and torment, and me arrogance because I platted it. So maybe poopooblast, if you have it in your heart and soul, you can do it. You can do it. Middle Earth, Mirror's Edge. He's a big Mirror's Edge fan. I remember talking about the first game with him. I still haven't got around to playing Catalyst, but it's routinely on sale for about €4. So I'll pick it up at some point because I might do a video on my channel about it as well. Prototype, Red Dead 1 and 2. Oh, that Red Dead 2 plat is just...
Yeah. Same as me with the Red Dead 1 as well. I didn't do all the DLC. I can really relate to some of the, kind of stopping at the DLC kind of thing. Because that's kind of what, oftentimes I'll finish a game super quick and then the DLC will come out and then I won't go back to that game because I'll have moved on to something else. So yeah, that's true. Saints Row,
all 125 trophies in Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's actually I think it's one of the most trophied game, one of the largest amount of trophies in one game.
Yeah, like I think Drive Club is number 1 or something. Shadow of the Colossus on PS4, that's fantastic. Both Sleeping Dogs. Fractured Butthole is a game that I need to get as well because I really like the Stick of Truth. Spy Chameleon. Like, this is just why I love looking at through lists. It's like, what is that?
That was another PS Plus game at some point.
I feel like I've missed a lot.
It's on
of
the
these
Vita.
games.
It's kind of like a mobile game where it's kind of like the VR missions in Metal Gear Solid, in a more cartoony spy.
Yeah, with a chameleon and not a snake. The amazing
Steins Gate. They're like visual novels. They're like
I was very intrigued by those for a while. Like I might still pick them up. I know it's kind of like very unlike a lot of games I played on my list, but I remember for a good solid week or so, I was kind of doing a deep dive into those games. I'm like, what are they? Because they kind of, like, I am quite partial to Japanese games as well. So
Yeah.
I was very intrigued by that. I might look into that again. Order 1886, Walking Dead, The Witcher 3, 100%. Yeah, always deserves approval. Vanquish as well seems to be in vogue today.
Absolutely.
2K14, and then just that Yakuza collection. Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
Like,
It's impressive. It's impressive.
like even just Yakuza Kiwami, like the first one, like that's even more challenging, and it's reflected in the rarity than, you know, any of the other ones.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, poopooblast, for me, I think he gets just a gold star. It's like a Platchums like wax seal of approval, not just like
Nice.
a cheap stamp. It's like properly embalmed wax stamp.
Yeah. I feel like I can give maybe a more objective approach because I'm not personally invested in Poo Poo Blast.
Yes, go on. He can take it. You leave him alone.
Yeah. I think it's a really good list. The Last of Us, he got to an E in and stopped, so that's an unusual one for a PlayStation gamer. Maybe it didn't click with him. Maybe he just didn't like the game that much. But I'd say give it a go. If you haven't played it. I think it's a great list. It's like I said, it's kind of similar. Like it looks like
it's like a blend of
my
both
own
of
list.
ours. Yeah.
In the sense, it's like he's obviously he is concerned with playing good games. He wants to play games that he enjoys. He doesn't kind of go out of his way to play crap games just for a trophy. I think that's pretty obvious. So he plays the games that he likes, and he, most of the time he finishes them to completion, much like myself. But then there's that odd time where he's just had enough of a game, and he'll just say, that's me done with that game.
I'm looking at his Red Dead Redemption trophies, and there's some that he can still clean up, like Undead Nightmare. Find and kill a chupacabra, find and break a unicorn. Get 100%.
I was the same. Like with that, I didn't. I stopped at a certain point, and that was it. I didn't go back to it. It's hard to go back to games, I find sometimes.
Yeah, like he's got ones that could be kind of boosted. He's got all the co-op ones, and like Liars and Cheats is just a poker game, and then a triple kill while on his hacking team, and then it's more often I think it's just single player and Undead Nightmare. So maybe go back to Undead Nightmare and tidy that up at least, because it really isn't too long. Max Payne 3, I know you can do it. You've got the skills. Do you have the desire? Yeah. I don't know. And you're just going to have to finish FIFA 11. Like that's just...
So it might be a case of the servers offline again. So,
yeah, well that's what's preventing me from getting the Fabled 100%. Just the servers closed. They're only open for 2 years, 3 years max. So we'll finish up on poopooblast, and I think we'll do one last one while we're on a roll. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So last up, and this of course again is just in order of the people who replied in the thread. We're not
just pulling these out of our ass or anything. Come on, we're structured people.
So the last account we'll have a look at today is Ditnopota.
Ditnopota,
right?
Ditnopota.
Ditnopota. So Ditnopota's US rank nearly 6,000 in the US, which is impressive.
I just love just the first trophy I see. It's like, gotta break him in, complete the whole boat. Just that trophy that showed up on the list. It's just $sign boobies.
That was in the most recent. So he's got some
trophy cabinet. I'm sexy and I know it.
Yeah.
What are we dealing with here?
And his little blurb about himself under his name is a nice
bonker. So cool, man.
So we have a look. There's nearly 400 games, 44% completion. So it'd be the lowest of the completions that we've seen today.
Yeah.
But again, that's not.
He's too busy bonking, man. He's too busy bonking. No time for time for trophies.
it's clear the priorities are in the different space.
They're in the bonk.
So we got some smaller games to start us off. We've got that Abs Animals, which is one of those classic,
An adventure capitalist. Ooh, that's a fun evening in, isn't it?
Yeah, I've no experience with that. I don't know what that is at all.
No, it looks like some kind of tutorial for AdSense on YouTube.
So it's this video is definitely not sponsored by
God,
anyone.
no.
No one will sponsor us. So when we're looking at a game, 44% completion with 400 games, obviously like there's going to be too many games to kind of go through, but it's clear that there's a lot of games that he or she will start, and maybe just not click with or not be like completely invested in. I know a lot of people do that. Like myself, I would generally be like pretty selective. I know you're the same with what I buy or what I play on my account. But sometimes I do wish that I had that style where I could just, throw a game in, try it out for 5 minutes, half an hour, and then maybe give it up.
I think an alt account helps in that regard. Like I started that mainly for like PSN Plus. But at the same time, I think I've only played like maybe 7 or 8 games. It would be mainly just for FIFA. But I feel like, an alternative account just to kind of maybe test the boat is just handy. But more often than not, if I buy a game, I play it on my main account, because I just, picky. But I'm flicking through.
He's got like 125 games completed, but he's got 145 ultra rares, which is pretty impressive. The fact that he's not afraid of a challenge. He's got some super ultra rare trophies there. But he's not like his priorities aren't the platinum, maybe aren't the finishing every single game that he tries.
It's quite an old account, actually. It might be up there in terms of the oldest ones we looked at today. I just need to check AJ Radio again, because that strikes me. That was only 8 years, but Ditnopota, 10 years old. I mean, like it's a decade old account, and it could be a simple case of I'm noticing a lot of the games that are incomplete, they're going all the way back to 2011, like, Call of Duty and stuff. Yeah. So it could be a case just trophies or something that just captured his or her eye later in life. Because it's pretty much most, like, all the big hitters here, like, I'm already down to, like, Dark Souls, but then there's, like, Dark Void and Darksiders. Dead Rising 2, Dead Space 2, but no Dead Space 1. Destiny, and then like the 2 plats and Destroy All Humans. Like the platinum and Destroy All Humans, it's not difficult, but I mean, like the collectibles are a bit annoying, so they obviously went out of their way to get the plat in it.
No, definitely like a really it's a huge variety of games, of course, and definitely trying to hand it everything, which is great. Sometimes I do wish that I'd be more open to just other games, trying them out, and then not having to invest hundreds of hours in them. Sometimes that's sometimes a negative aspect of trophy hunting for me. He's got the Final Fantasy 15 at the 45%, which is just the platinum, so he got the platinum and stopped. I did the same, but I just went back recently and I picked up another 30 or 40 trophies to try and get it up a little bit. He's very close on Friday the 13th, which is one of the toughest platinum lists going at the minute.
It's just ridiculous. Like it's kind of like, normally in games like that have such an ultra rare platinum, that there's like maybe 2 or 3 trophies that are kind of enabling that rarity level. But with Friday the 13th, there's like 6 or 7 super like long, grindy, difficult, random trophies, because it's like play 1,000 multiplayer matches as Jason. Friday the 13th was one of those few games I actually did play on an alternative account just to mess around with my cousin. But I didn't know the trophy list was that bad. I'm just like, not really that push having it on my main list. It just didn't meet the grade. But when I look back, I'm like, holy shit, am I glad I didn't put this on my list. Like, it's like, if it is those ultra rares that he's missing, although he's got like a PhD in murder, he's got that one, which is a 1.9 rarity based on PlayStation profiles. But I just don't know how anyone could play that game for that long. After like 4 matches, I'm like, I've played it, like.
Yeah, no, I've only played it a little bit myself, but yeah, it's a serious investment. Like, because like you said, it's 1,000 matches as Jason, but you don't get to choose when you're Jason. You
have a 1 in 6 chance of actually playing as Jason.
Yeah. So then that's
Jason.
It's just Jason. It's ridiculous. It's a bit of a troll trophy, to be honest, by the developers. Those kind of things. Like I think personally, not to go on a huge tangent here, but it is. I feel like trophies should have a pretty defined way of earning them, and things like that just kind of spit in the face of anyone who enjoys the game. It's like you really want to,
and also like to be fair, it's not a diverse enough experience. It's not good enough to warrant potentially 6,000 matches. It's the other one, which is the other one. It's is it? I can't remember the other game, the similar one where they keep bringing in new characters and new packs. There's another game that's kind of the same. Killing Floor 2. That's just one bronze.
Yeah, there's another game where they keep bringing in like new characters, like Mike Myers and Pyramid Head and all the kind of big hitters from the horror genre.
Leave it down in the comments below, people. I think we're blanking.
We'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, we'll flash it.
In that game, they keep adding in updates. But in this game, it's not as diverse, I suppose. So yeah, it definitely requires some serious. But yeah, he's not far off it. You can see there he hasn't gotten even like the 500 multiplayers as a counselor or as Jason, so maybe that plat might elude.
Yeah, but
and last earned was the 6th of November 2018, so maybe that's out the window.
It's dead and buried. But
dead and buried.
I'm looking through Harvest Moon. I always love Back to Nature, which I'm always annoyed that didn't make it to the PS4 or get some kind of remaster treatment. Horizon, all the Infamous games. At this point, it's like, look, I wouldn't say that this person. But then again, I was just about to say they're not like the most avid trophy hunter. But then look at this, up to date on Killing Floor 2. So they're loading up the game, they're following their Russian tutorial and guide videos, and they're getting those bronze trophies. And just cause 3, that is a very difficult 100%. Yeah, so that kind of like just that's a strange just conglomeration there of like Killing Floor 2 and Just Cause, because just when you think that this person doesn't
with Just Dance in the middle,
it's like, who is this person?
It's some serious diversity, some like like you said,
and
the
Jeopardy
on the
as well. Almost got the plat.
Rest in peace.
What the hell? This is what an interesting person. When he's not bonking, he's rocking. Like the trophy list, because I was just about to say, it's like just when you think that this person could not really give a fuck about trophies, just a game like that will just flash out and go, wait, like where did that come from?
My Name is Mayo. He doesn't have the sequel yet.
Linger in Shadows. That takes me back. That was like the first kind of game I remember everyone's like, what, but this isn't a game. Like, why can you get 16 trophies for doing nothing?
It's more of an art.
That takes me back. Little Big Planet.
Where he's got 97% in Mortal Kombat 11. So he's just missing the trophy for play 50 casual versus matches. That seems fairly doable, achievable.
Yeah. And then 45 of 50 in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, wow.
Ooh.
That's he's very close. You know, I know that it gets
I'm going in. I'm going into the Monster Hunter.
so you get to the there's a grind for the different sizes of crown of I think it's crowns, yeah, or that you get you can get either like extra large monsters or extra small monsters, and it's completely random what size monster you get, and you have to get every monster extra large, every monster extra small. And it's completely random, so that's why they often say this is a 500 700 hour platinum. It's just all about that grind.
God.
So it's obtain a miniature crown and attain a gold crown, so that's the sizes of crowns for the monsters.
Of course, the creme de la creme of platinums for someone that loves to bonk, Mr. Masagi.
Is there the Leisure Suit Larry in there? I didn't see it.
I'm going in Mr. Masagi at 96. Rejected date on Linger. Oh, he rejected match a date on Linger. What the get a Masagi with Martha. Get a Masagi with Mayo. My name is Mayo is in this.
Oh wow, crossover. I'm
Tap
I'm
the
not
mayonnaise.
familiar, but
Oh my god. Jesus.
He's got Persona 4 golden, nearly platinum, but he's got Persona 5 platinum.
Naughty Bear as well. Oh my god, I'm sorry. This list is actually frying my brain. What?
We're both
And then
going
the
out
No
to buy
Man's
this
Sky.
game.
The No Man's Sky plat.
Yeah, that's an interesting. And when did he get it? It was No Man's Sky 2016. So yeah, so that back when it came out,
when it was tough, like. And then the next plat is Oh Sir Hollywood Roast. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to anything on this list.
It just has a dartboard of like the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, just blindfolded playing. And then, of course, for a man that loves to bonk, you've got the Party Hard 100%.
Nice, yeah, but only 7 out of 38 trophies in Party Hard 2. He was done.
He was tired. It was time to go home. You know, it was time to go home. And then the fucking Persona 5 plat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get this. I don't get this. This is an impossible list to
Red
critique.
Dead 1 platinum with 100%. So unlike our last trophy list, he's got all the Undead Nightmare and all the DLC.
And it took him 6 years because he was partying so damn hard.
Didn't do Red Dead 2 yet, but actually last trophy in last year, so maybe he's given up on Red Dead 2.
Yeah, wouldn't blame him, to be fair.
It's a bit it's a bit arduous.
Yeah, like if it was a choice between, going around collecting all the exotics or just bonking, I'd probably go with the latter.
He's got Sagebrush, which is the only Red Lake game that I have myself, and it's actually I've said this, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's like a story focused game, so it's not bad at all.
And then Silent Hill 3 as well.
Silent Hill 3, yeah, and Silent Hill 2. That we've said that before. The HD collection definitely missed some of the magic of the originals.
Oh, yeah.
So I can forgive not wanting to go through. I just remember seeing like there's like no mist in the whole game.
And it's like, but we don't have the technical limitations anymore. It's like, well, yeah, but it also did completely give the game its entire fucking atmosphere and like tone. Sonic the Fighters. It's got all the Spyros. I need to play Spyro 3 at some point.
Yeah, it's my favorite actually of the trilogy. I love Year of the Dragon just for the skateboard.
It was the one I played most on PS1, but I played the first and second in very quick succession. So I'm kind of I need to get back to like Red Dead.
Ding ding ding! Terminator Salvation.
Oh yeah. Back in the day as well. Back in the day,
yeah, 2011 Terminator Salvation. That's
we know
OG
what you were
status.
doing. You were doing no bonking then, sir.
Skyrim, he's got both.
Darkness 2, the King of Fighters. I love just seeing all these kind of like obscure games. Like you got the Order 1806, The Sims 3, Sims 4. Completed Sims 4 in 3 hours. I think that's call back to what you said earlier on.
Yeah, he's not into not into the pets though.
No, fuck the pets.
Not an animal man.
No. Witcher 3, 100% again, like this list, and then it's like
he's got a lot of the big hitters, definitely. Yeah. Like you can see that when there's a really good game, he's gonna put in the effort and the time into getting,
like Toro,
him or her. Yeah, but then obviously
I'm sorry, but did you see the game Toro? That is the greatest trophy image ever. Just a bull looking at a trophy.
Yeah, in red, like he's like seething with rage.
Imagine the guy deciding that, just going, "Wow, fuck, that's really cool."
Yeah, no, actually, I have props to them. Their trophy images are nice. I like the color palette there as well.
Oh yeah, I'm going in for a second. I'm going in. Ole. Okay, fantastic. Salto de la Rana. That's just
got some
figure.
Finishing off the list with some Sudoku and some word searching. It's pretty cool. Some, you got to wind down after all the bonking, all the partying. Some Sudoku.
Or like with some void bastards.
Yeah, excellently named game. This is as mad as a box of spiders.
This is as mad as a fucking bag of spiders. Like I mean, more unearned trophies than earned by close to 2,000 trophies. The slogan is "Nice Bonker." It's like the weirdest mix of games, and yet just when you think the list has lost all hope, just something like a Persona 5 or a Witcher or like an Uncharted or just something will come along that'll just make you completely reevaluate your own life.
No, really, yeah, it's really list. Interesting list. Yeah, I feel cleansed after going through
I feel
the list.
Violated.
Some really good games on there, some really crazy off the wall stuff. Really this guy's seen some shit.
I'm going to splice it in, but this would be the PSN profile of Mr. Lothario from Yakuza Zero. The guy in his undies who just kind of goes around like town just dancing. It's
that's a perfect description. This guy definitely has played some games
and is unabashedly a nice bonker. And so look, keep submitting your profiles for us to look over. And I'm gonna, just before we wrap up, Ditnopota, even the name violates me. I don't know how, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep on bonking. Just keep on bonking, because you do you.
I think there's some great gaming experiences in there, definitely. So we've looked at some really varied lists. We've got AG Radio. He's definitely got the mad skill games.
Okay. Should we say this is like a league? All right. Who's got the best list out of these four?
It's so hard because they've all got their strengths, and they're all good lists, but they're also different. I think AJ Radio, he's definitely got the most impressive list.
I think out of the four,
poopooblast has got the list that I would relate to the most.
I also think just in terms of raw plats and stuff, I think AJ and poopooblast are just on a different level, completely separate. Yeah. Dylansko is a great profile.
And absolutely, some great games.
It's only 7 years old, and there's a lot of potential there to kind of go back and just tidy up some games. But there was some solid plats in there. And Ditnopota, I think that's in a different universe. I mean, are we even playing the same console? I mean,
he's playing some modded PS4 from Wish.com. It's because there's no I don't think you can even find most of these games on the normal store. You have to have a hacked PSN
connected to the Wish server.
No, with some great lists. You know, there's you can tell that all the guys we've looked at have some a real passion for games, which is what we love to see. Some serious skills there. There's trophies in there that I'd steal from each one. So, some trophies I'll never earn from all those accounts as well. There's some great skills on display. And yeah, like I've really enjoyed looking through their lists. It's great to see. I love the passion, that's clear from each of them. It's none of these are like throwaway accounts. There's a lot of history in them as well.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, yeah, just keep leave comments. Sorry, Ditnopota really just fried my brain. You can leave comments in the video below if you'd like us to look at your profile, but you'll have to link your PSN profile account if you'd like to do so, because we're not going to be Googling everything. And
we're going to go through a few more people on that. We're going to go through it.
We'll catch up with everybody. So
yeah. I suppose we'll see how this video kind of if the format works. If people are kind of we probably spent maybe like a little bit too much time on everyone's list, but it's hard not to when there's so much to talk to.
Yeah. So
a lot going on.
So anyway, since I'm on the bottom today, I'm gonna like try to like high five you from does that work? I don't know.
Yeah, that kind of works. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching. And we really appreciate the support. We've seen like some good sub numbers coming in. So
subtle growth.
Subtle growth. Yeah, subtle growth. Exactly. Yeah. It's great to see. So if you want us to focus on anything else, or if you have any ideas for videos, anything you'd like to see, let us know, because we're always looking to add kind of more off the wall Ditnopota
sweet
style
content. I can imagine that the first comment will be, what I'd like to see is for you two to never make a video again.
well, that's getting quickly deleted. So
yeah.
But yeah,
How dare you have an opinion?
But I do really appreciate everyone who watches it. It's great to get comments and stuff.
It's been lovely to see. It's been lovely to see. So I joke and I kid, but I genuinely appreciate it, because we are now 117 strong. I mean, we'd need a big room to fit all those people. It's pretty mad. Anyway, we are really going off the deep end here. Thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to stay tuned for more videos like this.
Platchums!